An event like I Wish is so important because it is a reminder of how you should treat your inner dialogue and how you should talk to yourself. Definitely want them to take away the message that they can do absolutely anything they put their mind to. We have a lot of motivating and inspiring speakers that work in the field of STEM, and it's definitely a field that I know for myself. When I was 16, I thought I couldn't do. I thought it was just for boys. So the fact that you have women empowering other women, it is so important that the girls here leave with the message that they can do absolutely anything they put their mind to.
Use science and technology to realize the power behind your passion. Don't let fear or your perception of how other people find you hold you back. You will do exceptional things. You owe it to those who can't. Picture yourself on the big screen. You too will do great things.
The problem seems to be that until they're in STEM industries, they don't see a place for themselves there. So they need further encouragement through information and confidence building to help them see themselves in those roles. And so we try and address that by encouraging companies, by working with higher education institutes to build communities, by reaching out to the girls now through our primary program when they're very young to excite them about STEM. And so as you see, it's a full pathway. It's not just a point in time issue.
This girl, me, I stand here today in front of you as a Chief People Officer of Logitech, a global multi-billion-dollar technology company. So now, if you'd have told me 25 years ago, when I started in Logitech as an intern, that I'd be standing here telling you this story today, I wouldn't have believed you. And that's not because I didn't dream big. It's because the world of technology is so vastly different today. And we all have to start somewhere. And I want to commend you all for today. Being here today is a big first step. But I want to encourage you to continue taking those steps. Continue to lean into STEM. And along that journey, I encourage you to dream, dare, and do. And with that, thank you very much.
Tech understands that to really innovate in the world, you have to have more diversity. And to get the best out of your diverse talent, you really need to have an inclusive environment. So I think tech is really leading in to ensure that we get the best of innovation through diversity and through being inclusive. I would tell girls today that don't see themselves as techie, that can be normal. I didn't when going back when I was younger, but lean into it. Don't assume that you're not, and try. Make sure that you lean in and you give things a go and you don't preclude yourself from being involved in tech.
STEM and sport are kind of similar in that girls love to do it, but you don't always get the opportunity to try it out and to try it out in your own terms. So that's what Her Moves is all about. Okay, nice and fast, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I just really enjoyed going training. So I trained with my friends. So, a couple of nights a week, and on a Saturday morning, I used to get to hang out with my friends. And to be honest, I went training as much to see them as I did for the actual sport. And I think that was really, really important because in my teenage years, I really struggled. So I kind of stopped improving and I was putting all the work in and not seeing the results. And that was incredibly frustrating. But to have kind of, okay, well, maybe you're not running so well, but you still want to see your friends. So I still turned up because of that. And to have great coaching support and friends there meant the sport was fun and something I wanted to do. So I wanted to do it whether I had success or not. And in the times I didn't have success, that kind of kept me going, I guess.
I don't think anything in life prepared me for the emotional roller coaster that sport is. You're in PB shape, then you get injured and it all gets taken away from you. And I think, having that experience in sport and then going to something like academics and, all of a sudden the blips, you're much easier to manage them because you've dealt with something before. And similarly, you know, if an exam doesn't go well, you're saying, oh, well, I've dealt with this before. So yeah, I think the resilience that you get across the two and being able to share that skill really helps. I think when I started, I probably would have said very naively that success is winning. And I probably would have said in terms of athletics that it's, you know, qualifying for the Olympics and being the best. And I think maybe now I look at it a bit differently. I don't think success is just being the best. I don't think, you know, only one person can be the best. That's very difficult. But actually it's kind of being the best version of yourself or the best you can be. So yeah, standing on the start line knowing you've given everything to training and that you can give your all, or, you know, presenting a paper and saying, you know, there's all my hard work is in here. I couldn't have done anything better, leaving no stone unturned.
If you believe in something, you have to go after it. So like, for example, it doesn't have to be, for me it was in sports, so I believed I could play soccer at a high level, so I went for that, and then obviously that didn't work out. So I went the long way around. So it's the same way in terms of school. People want to be doctors, but like they hit the first setback where they mightn't get the points or they mightn't get in. There's always a long way to everything. Like I'm 30 now and I'm still like finding a long way around to the end goal. So it's not about getting there as quick as you can. It's always about like just resetting and going a different direction.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously, I wouldn't be here today if I didn't get the brain injury. So I try not to think about if I didn't, you know. I'm here because I'm now a Paralympic cyclist, and the goal is to like always think about what you can do now and don't be focusing on what you could have done. Yeah, so I think sport obviously for me with the brain injury allowed me to like restart, and it's always been a massive part of my life. So I think with sport there's so many options, you're not like limited to the one. So find something you like, find something you love and just go with it. Like obviously having a disability, being different is good, and to do something that others don't do can make you great as well and can give you great opportunities. I don't know if I'd say how strong, but I suppose like the fact that I went after sport even with the disability and then obviously becoming a Paralympian was probably the moment I realised, you know what, I can do something with this and I can, like, I suppose inspire future generations to do it as well. You'll always feel like you belong, especially in the team sports. Even if you're in a solo sport, you don't need to be great at it. You just, once you love it and you love training, then you belong to be there, yeah.
Discipline and mindset is a massive part of boxing. It can be quite daunting when you're going into the ring on your own. You have no one else to help you. Your coaches and everyone is outside the ring in the safe zone. But yeah, I've learned so much about myself through setbacks and injuries and everything, but also through the good days. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to have had family and friends and everyone part of it. So I feel like I'm a lot more mentally strong now. Role models and people to look up to in particular fields. Like there's so many amazing women here today, and I'm actually jealous that I didn't have something like this when I was in school. There's 4,000 young girls here aspiring to be something in whatever field it is, and I just think that the energy in the room can definitely be felt, and it's something I'm very passionate about, is helping younger girls to pursue their dreams and just to never give up, because I know that sounds very cliche, but my journey is exactly that, never giving up.
I think Raquel Timothy definitely, she's very interesting in how she didn't let her injury stop her from pursuing what she wants to do when she's older.
I think when I listened to the girl who started off as a footballer and played GAF for Roscommon and then ended up having a serious injury and then had to change her path completely to cycling in the Paralympics, I think that really inspired me, because it shows that like no matter what happens there's always another option, and to like not stop believing what you want to do and keep following.
After today I feel more confident about challenging myself to go into STEM and feeling more like it's definitely a bigger opportunity for women now.
As Rose of Tralee, my biggest dream is to use this platform to raise awareness and boost participation of women in the STEM industry. Not just talking about it, but actually showing what's possible when women step into these spaces with confidence. I want to build a company that employs only female professionals, as many as I can. A place where women are visible, respected, and valued for their intelligence, skills, and ideas. A place that shows very clearly that women don't just belong in STEM, we thrive in it. Because the more young girls see women doing this work, leading, innovating, and building things, the more normal it becomes. And that's how real change happens. Thank you very much.
Girls who feel they have to fit a certain stereotype nowadays, I think, break the barriers. There's so many barriers to be knocked down, so many boundaries to be broken. Just be whoever you want to be. Take your own path, follow your own dreams, and just believe in yourself.
So today we are your social media hub hosts. We want you to be the voice. We are your eyes and ears online. So we want to trend today. We want our feeds to be on fire. So we want you to send us your comments, your pictures, your shout outs, everything that you have. So Jenny, tell us what's the first thing to do.
Well guys, we just want to make sure before we start, I know Katja said it already, but we just want to check that you've downloaded the iWish app. Come on, you have to show us. So hold up your phones with the iWish app.
I come from a little country, one of the poorest countries in the world, Malawi, and to be here today, to be able to want to inspire other girls, it was never actually in my head at all. It just feels like a blessing, and I want to be a blessing to other people. So I would tell that girl to be like, just carry on. Everything is going to be fine. And every day, just take every day as it comes, embrace yourself, just be yourself, like just continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about women in motorsport, but one is probably I see a lot of people think that we compete in different categories to males, where in fact we all compete in the same, depending on what car you're in the class, but we all compete equally in the same class, same type of cars. So yeah, that's the most interesting as well. If I had to go back and talk to the 16-year-old self, I'd tell myself to believe and have confidence in what I'm doing, listen to the people that are around you that want to help and support, and yeah, it's just about building the right network and bringing the people with you on the journey. It's important as well as anything, and yeah, confidence is the biggest one.
Aoife Raftery over at the car she did rally driving for Ireland. She really inspired me as I love cars myself, and I thought it was very interesting about her story and how she got to where she is today.
I was on the F1 simulator at one of the stands over there, and I really enjoyed it. I'm a huge fan of F1, and I was so happy to get to go on it.
A myth I think is not true about girls in STEM is that they cannot do it, that they cannot get a job in STEM or do male-dominated jobs or subjects, because we're the same people.
The skills that really matter for future leaders is taking that broader perspective in life. We need really strong engineering skills, technology, innovation. This is about building for the future. And here in Éireann Road Éireann, we're trying to attract talent that not only will keep today's railway running as efficiently as possible, we will be constantly innovating and building out capacity for tomorrow's railway.
I think the biggest myth is that you have to be a math genius. And what I hear most from the girls who are successful in this industry is that they're just curious. That's their, I suppose, defining trait, and that makes them really good at technology and engineering. We absolutely want more women in STEM. We want more talent in STEM, full stop. And part of the challenge we have is only about 20% of women are opting for STEM careers. So we absolutely need more. And look, I've worked in mixed gender teams forever, and they are the best teams, and that's what we want in technology, is mixed gender teams and diverse teams.
One thing I'll remember about the iWish event today is how supportive it is and how inspirational it can be for young women looking to pursue careers in STEM.
I'll probably remember that women can be in STEM. It's not something that is barricaded, that only men can do it, it's women as well. I think it will make me want to do STEM more in a career and in college and for Leaving Cert.
Well, I came 2 years ago as well with school, and I think that coming back it's definitely better. I think there's a lot more that's happening and it feels a lot bigger. I think there's definitely a lot more people here, I feel, and I think it's definitely lived up to my past experience.
It was actually my mother came along to me and she said, Sophie, there's this job online for an engineering apprenticeship program with J&J, and I was going, an apprenticeship? Men do apprenticeships. They'd laugh at me if I applied for that. But I did. I done what my mother told me to do. And I got it. And here I am today. But it's funny, I was here last year doing the apprenticeship, but I was at the back watching the other keynote speaker from Johnson & Johnson, and she done an amazing job, and I goes, could never do that. And didn't I come here next year doing it? The one thing I want to say to you, don't give in to those stereotypes like I did. Friendships are for everyone. Engineering is for everyone. They took a makeup artist like me. So don't give in to those stereotypes. Thank you.
Beyond grades, there's so much of the soft skills that we look for in Johnson & Johnson. It's so important to us having a good sense of teamwork and collaboration and communication skills. We need good collaborators and we need innovators in these companies. There's a new sort of wave of knowledge in like tech, let's say, which is going to come in that my generation maybe wouldn't have seen, certainly less in the generations above, you know.
In science, we're all treated like equally, but when I do like technology and like applied tech, sometimes it does, I feel like, lead a little bit more towards like the boys, but that's just because I feel like the male teachers can kind of relate to them better. I don't think it's intentional, but I also feel like there's not many girls that do a lot of like applied tech in like my class. Well,
because we're in an all-girls school, we don't have like engineering or like computer science, and I think it'd be really important to try like integrating that more into girls' schools, because it will give equal opportunities to everyone. That like it's not only in guys' schools, because I know in my brother's school he had like technology and stuff like that, and I really wish it was in our school as well, because you don't really know the type of people in girls and guys' schools.
She drives just like a girl, you know, and throws just like one too. She fights just like a girl as well. She's just no match for you. She also runs just like a girl, and that's the way she plays. But when they say just like a girl, I think they mean to say worse, somehow less, somehow slower, somehow weaker. They think that if she's like a girl, they'll easily defeat her. But girls are going to battle when they're already bleeding, and girls are great at throwing themselves upwards through glass ceilings. Girls are busy navigating progress and driving change. And girls are busy winning while you criticize their game. So tell her that she's like a girl. She may just prove you right. She may outlast you in the race and win the fight, because she's a driving force fighting for her place in this world. And if you try and talk her down, she'll rise up like a girl.
If one girl leaves I Wish today just being empowered and inspired to keep her mind open to STEM, I think that would be a great outcome.